Now we're going to return to Meg Thornberry, who it seems is speaking to Catherine Reed, who just won her election for mayor of Fairfax City.
Hi, I am here at Catherine Reed's watch party, which is happening in the plaza just across the street from Jerry Connolly's. Right now, they are celebrating Catherine's win. Representative Connolly actually just came over to congratulate her, so the mood here is incredibly boisterous, incredibly excited, young, old. People are here with their families, people are here with their kids. We are just trying to get through the crowd to get a chance to talk to someone. Everybody is lining up to congratulate her on her historic win, but hopefully she will be out to talk to us in a minute. She is a George Mason alum, and that was a big part of her campaign. She is the first George Mason alum to ever be mayor. So hopefully with that and with some of her connections on city council, we're really hoping to build those bridges between the university and the larger Fairfax community in a way that often gets ignored. As Professor Victor said in the interview we just saw, a lot of Mason students move here from somewhere else and don't necessarily consider Fairfax outside of the campus to be their home, despite the fact that this is very much the district they're represented in, whether you're talking about Congress, you're talking about being represented on the Fairfax County Board of Supervisors, or you're really talking about being represented by Fairfax City government. Mason students fall within all of those districts. And we saw a large voter turnout at Mason today. Those ballots did include the spots for all of the candidates, including Catherine Reed, who is here with us today. Thank you so much for joining us.
Absolutely.
So you are a Mason alum.
I am a Mason alum.
That is awesome. Can you tell us a little bit more about how you first got started in politics?
So I transferred to George Mason University in 1981. I moved into the very first dormitories ever built at George Mason University. Moved in on October 25th, 1981. And the reason I even knew about George Mason was because I was at Emerson College in Boston as a theater major, and their debate team, because I was on the forensics team, kicked everybody's butt. Mason had the #1 debate team in the nation in 1981, 2 decades after. So I ended up transferring back in-state and getting in-state tuition and changing my major to government politics. And so I graduated in January of 1984 with a degree in government politics, got married, had kids, 2 of them are inside, stayed in this area, and have done a lot of things not necessarily tied to that degree. But I do legislative advocacy, and so I've been in the political world for a long time, probably 15 years in Fairfax City.
And what are you hoping to see for Fairfax going forward as mayor?
An openness to innovation, first of all, an inclusion that we have not seen on the level I think we should. When we had May elections, less than 20% of registered voters ever voted in them. We moved them to November, and 52% of the electorate voted. That's an enormous difference. Thousands of people voted who had never voted before. And so people's voices need to be heard, and we need to go out and meet them where they are.
And what are you doing to hear those voices and to get them where they are?
I think it's important to go where the people are. So we have a Korean American community here that may not always feel that they are comfortable in places like City Hall, but we need to be where they are in their communities, because language is sometimes a barrier, and the same for our Hispanic community as well. Sometimes language is a barrier. We need to go where people are already gathered. That might be faith communities, it might be other kinds of programs where people know each other. And so I sort of feel like I hope people will welcome me into their groups as their mayor, so that I can better understand what their concerns are and what their goals are for the city.
And the Mason campus is often a community where students are gathered and tend to remain fairly insular. What are you doing to reach out to students, and what do you think students should do to reach out to you?
They need to invite me places. Because that's the thing. If you want me to show up somewhere as mayor, I'm ready to show up and listen. Let me know. I will look for those opportunities. The fact of the matter is, I am open to students saying this is something they want to talk about. So I was on the board of Equality Virginia for 7.5 years. I'm on the board of PB Advocates. We've never had a pride event in Fairfax City, and I would like to do that. So that's just an example. It would be wonderful. It's just an example of something we've never had. If we could and should have, it's a priority for me.
And I think a lot of Mason students don't really actually even know that they're part of the city of Fairfax. How do Fairfax politics and Fairfax government affect students?
Absolutely, they don't understand that. And having the flats at University in the city is going to be a game changer for our downtown. It's going to bring in far more robust businesses. The economy is going to thrive. We've got feet on the street. So people in Fairfax City need to understand the power of students when they live right here in the center of our city. And as far as the campus goes, we need to have more reasons for the students to come in the city, and we need to do things on the campus that bring residents out to the campus, because it's not like there's a moat and a drawbridge between the two.
Right. So this is a fairly historic one for you on a number of counts. Can you just tell us one of the things you're excited about?
Well, first of all, I didn't run on being the first woman mayor because we understand how that worked for Hillary. Yeah, it didn't. And I didn't really talk about being the first Mason alumni to ever win the mayor's seat, even though I think it's significant that the university is 50 years old, the city is 61 years old, and there's never been a mayor who's a Mason alumni, and we're like right next door. So those to me are very historic things, but I just think I'm a person of ideas, and I look at things that are innovative, and while people like to celebrate the neighborliness and the quaint aspects of the city, there has to be more than that. Not everybody wants that experience.
All right, well, thank you so much. Do you have any parting shot you want to leave us with?
I think that more students like Billy Bates, who ran for city council, need to understand that local government's where it's at. The government closest to your front door is what impacts the quality of your life. And more young people should look for mentors like me to give them opportunities, coach them, support them, and open doors for them so that when people are ready, as Billy is, there are opportunities, real opportunities to do something substantive.
And how do you recommend students go about using that?
Well, I have an email address. But actually finding mentorship is really important. There are programs like Women in Business at Mason that actually are mentorship programs. I don't even know if there are other kinds of mentorship programs at Mason. But that is a great way to pair up people in the city and people in the region with students who have specific interests.
All right, thank you so much. Congratulations.
Thank you very much.
Enjoy the rest of your night.
Thank
It
you
sounds
very
like
much.
it's a real good time.
Oh my God, it's great.